Hey there, and welcome to today's Explainer. Look, if you're a parent staring down the ICSE Class 2 math syllabus right now and feeling, well, maybe a little overwhelmed, just take a deep breath. We're going to completely reframe this. This isn't a chore. It really doesn't have to be a struggle at the kitchen table. Instead, we're going to look at this entire syllabus as an everyday adventure. And you get to be the expert guide for your child.
Okay, let's dive into our adventure map for today. We'll start with the everyday math adventure, then master addition by gathering your supplies. After that, we're sharing the loot with subtraction, unlocking a spell called multiplication, the magic duplicator, and finally, gearing up for your next math quest.
You know, the syllabus actually reminds us that math is not a workbook. It's an everyday adventure waiting to be discovered right in your living room. It's really pushing for practical, real-life applications. And honestly, that's fantastic news for us. Because the tools you need, they aren't locked away in some classroom. They're literally the apples in your fruit bowl, the coins in your pocket, the steps leading up to your front door. You already have absolutely everything you need to bring these concepts to life.
Now, here is the big milestone for Class 2, the number 999. Conquering up to 3-digit numbers is the major, ultimate level up for your little hero's arithmetic skills. We're moving way beyond simple single-digit counting and boldly stepping into the realm of hundreds. I know it sounds big, but as you'll see, it's really just about organizing our adventure gear properly.
Section 1. Addition. Gathering your supplies.
Every good adventure needs a full inventory before heading out into the unknown, right? Formally speaking, addition is simply the process of combining two or more groups of items together into one larger collection. But let's make it real. Imagine you're packing for a quest. You've got 2 small bags of travel supplies, maybe one's full of compasses and the other has snacks, and you just toss them all into one big backpack. That's addition. It's just pooling your resources so your hero is ready for anything.
And this brilliantly illustrates how to teach adding 3-digit numbers, especially when you hit that notoriously tricky concept of carrying or regrouping. Instead of abstract numbers on a page, try visualizing your child's math problem as a massive treasure hoard. Step 1, you count the single loose coins. Those are your ones. Now, if you get 10 loose coins, well, they get way too heavy for your pocket. So, step 2, you trade those 10 loose coins for one solid gold bar. Boom! That's carrying over to the tens column. Finally, step 3, you count the giant, heavy treasure chests, which represent your hundreds. This totally turns carrying over into an exciting loot upgrade, rather than some confusing, boring mathematical rule.
So, we've gathered all this amazing loot. Your hero's backpack is completely stuffed with coins, gold bars, and treasure chests. But what happens when our hero reaches a rickety bridge, and a grumpy, though kind of friendly troll demands a toll to cross over?
Section 2. Subtraction. Sharing the loot.
Subtraction is really just the math of overcoming obstacles, whether that's paying those bridge trolls or sharing some extra supplies with the hungry villagers you meet along the way. Subtracting without borrowing? Incredibly easy. If the toll is small, you just hand over the loose coins you already have right there in your pocket. In math terms, it just means you have enough ones and tens to subtract straight down the columns. It's a peaceful, straightforward transaction. Your child checks their inventory, hands over the required items, and happily continues the journey.
Now, what about the dreaded concept of borrowing? Let's say the toll is 8 loose coins, but your hero only has 5 loose coins in their pocket. Uh-oh. Step 1, check the loose coins. Yep, not enough. So, step 2, what do? Well, you don't panic. You just reach into your bag, pull out a solid gold bar, and literally break it open into 10 new loose coins. That is borrowing from the tens column. You just transformed a 10 back into ones. Step 3, you pay the toll and keep moving. By visualizing borrowing as breaking down a larger item into smaller usable pieces, I promise you, the logic instantly clicks for your child. Okay, so we've mastered gathering supplies one by one, and we know exactly how to share them. But as the adventure gets bigger, the challenges definitely get tougher. How can our hero gather massive amounts of supplies way faster without having to count every single piece, one agonizing step at a time?
Section 3. Multiplication, the magic duplicator. Welcome to my absolute favorite part of Class 2 math. We are not going to treat this as rote memory or boring drill work. Oh no, this is an actual magic spell that your young wizard is about to learn. Multiplication is literally the magic of repeated addition. It's adding the exact same number together multiple times, but doing it instantly. Think about it using stuff right in your own kitchen.
Imagine having a plate of 3 freshly baked chocolate chip cookies. Now, what if you could wave a wand and instantly make 4 identical plates appear? You don't have to bake one cookie at a time anymore. You've magically duplicated the whole set.
Let's compare the methods for a second to see exactly why your hero needs this spell. The clunky way is adding 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Listen, if you're running from a dragon, that takes way too long. But the magic spell way? You just cast 2 times 5 and bam, instant results. The syllabus introduces this foundational skill to help kids realize that multiplication is really just a superpower designed to save them precious time and effort on their adventure.
So, the crucial point here is this. Those intimidating multiplication tables you probably remember stressing over in school, they're really just organized spell books, recording the results of our magic spells using everyday items. Next time you're at the grocery store, grab some bags of apples. If each bag has 5 apples, 1 bag is 5. 2 bags magically become 10. 3 bags are 15. Your child is literally learning their 5 times table right there in the produce aisle, seeing the real-life practical application right before their very eyes.
And you know, every good magic system has its fundamental rules. Let's look at the basic properties of multiplication, but renamed for our adventure. First, any number times 1 stays exactly the same. We'll call that the mirror spell. It just reflects the original number right back. Second, any number times 0 becomes 0. That's the vanishing spell. Everything disappears into thin air. And finally, the order doesn't matter. 2 times 3 gives you the exact same loot as 3 times 2. That's the switcheroo. Trust me, giving these properties fun, memorable names makes them so much easier to grasp than dry facts.
Section 4. Your next math quest. Wow, we have covered a lot of ground today. By mastering 3-digit addition for gathering supplies, subtraction for navigating obstacles, and multiplication for magically duplicating resources, you are fully equipping your child for any daily challenge this syllabus throws their way. The map is drawn and the spells are learned. So, where will tomorrow's everyday math adventure take you? Remember, math isn't something that just happens at a desk with a pencil. It happens in the kitchen when you're baking, in the car when you're counting miles, and at the store when you're bagging those apples. You're the expert guide here, and the real world is your sandbox. So grab your little adventure, step out that front door, and see what math quest awaits you tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with me on this explainer, and hey, happy exploring!